Welcome once again second years for the practice of the idioms. We have already concluded the explanation of idioms. Now we'll go a little bit of the practice of idioms. I know it is not possible for me to teach you all the idioms, but I can try my level best to make you at least acquainted how to frame the sentences and what is the meaning of that particular idiom. You can try to understand that one and you can try to frame sentences. I have better hopes with you people. I can go ahead with that explanation once. I could not give you the practice in front of me, but I expect that you would listen my words carefully and you would follow my advices, because as it is said that the teacher never wants anything bad for the students. Obviously, we want you to score better, you to do better in the particular any subject or language. So here is that. I'll go ahead with that. One or two I have taken already, which I explained. I think one only I have taken. The rest of them I'll give you first the meaning, then we'll go into the fill in the blanks. On cloud 9, very happy, as I said during the explanation of idioms. I have given this idiom as well. Next is feather in one's cap. Achievement to be proud. Adding one more feather into the cap. That means in the cap they are adding one more feather. Already the cap is there, but adding one more feather means achievement. Some achievement which the person would be proud of. A drop in the ocean. A very small part which is like you can just imagine it out, a drop in the ocean. With that also you can relate, even though idioms normally differ from the words given, but some are very easy to get. Burn the midnight oil. To work very late at night. It happens with you always during the examinations. Either you wish or not, you have to work very late at night. You have to burn the midnight oil in order to achieve a good results. And the good students could never get a proper sleep, a sound sleep during the examination, because always they have some nightmares, some bad dreams. The nightmares, the same thing. Sometimes they get like they are forgetting the hall tickets, they are not reaching to the center on time. So many things are there which makes them restless. So here also, like working hard by waking in the night, or working in order to complete something, in order to complete the project or something, you would have to work in the midnight. That is the work very late at night. A red letter day, very important day. A red letter day means a very important day in the life or in the history, anything. A red letter day. Next is a night owl. Work late at night. These two, burn the midnight oil and a night owl, both are having the similar meanings, but there is a difference is that here it is a compulsion. You have to burn the midnight oil to achieve a good result. But here a night owl means the one who prefers to work in the night. Some people like to sleep the whole day, but they would become very much active in the night and they do all the work in the night. So that type of the people could be called as a night owl. Next is acid test. Really proves value. If you want to check the person, the acid test is needed. Like that, really it proves out the value of the person. It doesn't mean the exact acid to be poured. Okay, it has a different meaning. We'll get the usage into the different sentences. Now, first is I have to submit this tomorrow. This means anything. I have to submit this tomorrow means tomorrow it is a compulsion for me to submit. So it must dash tonight, because it is a compulsion. Just now I explain you what here we use for the compulsion. Here the fourth one. I have to submit this tomorrow, so it must burn the midnight oil tonight. So I'll put the number over here, it is 4. It is written on 4, so I am writing it here 4. Getting good marks in class test is easy. Okay, getting good marks in class test is easy, but scoring in the board exam is the dash for students. Getting good marks in the class test, many students can score. Some by their own, other by the copying, many things. Okay, so many of the students can score good marks, but in the board exam, scoring the good marks, getting a good rank is actually the thing which really proves out, which means the acid test. The board exam is the acid test. It is the number as 7 for students. This small donation was just a small donation. So I hope many of you are getting on tip of your tongue which idiom to be used. It's a drop in the ocean. Was just a drop in the ocean. A small donation was just a drop in the ocean. Securing a seat in MBBS added dash Anita's dash. I said something, the achievement to be proud. Securing a seat in MBBS added, what is that here? A feather in one's cap. So here we can go for feather in, then once, instead of once we have to take the name Anita's cap. While framing the sentence, you have to use the same trick. Like whenever you are making the sentence, remember it out. Instead of once, you have to take the name of that, whatever the, according to you, whichever the name you have decided to use in the sentence. To frame the sentences, you have to use like that. So, securing a seat in MBBS added feather in Anita's cap. He got a good job. Now he got a good job. So obviously he is very happy. Very happy means on cloud 9. He got a good job. Now he is on cloud 9. This is number 1. Next is, he is called dash because he always work in night shift. I have made it very clear. One is the compulsion, the other is the preference, likes to. So the other one is here a night owl. He is called a night owl because he always work in night shift. Because he always prefers to work in the night shift. What is the number of night owl? It is 6. Similar we are getting for sentence 6 sentence, we got the 6th idiom. Next is, result day is always a dash for students. Don't just go on like, okay, all the out of 7, 6 completed, so 1 left, that could come up. Try to understand the meaning and then go for this. Result day is always obviously it is an important day. So what we have to write down for this one? A red letter day. That could be your 5th. In the examination, they will give you, if you check it out, the question paper at the back of your reader as well as in your study material, you can find that only they will give you the idioms, neither the meanings nor the structure of the sentence. You have to make all these by your own self. So here, like, you can try to make as easy sentences as possible. I always believe and I always advise my students never to go for the complex things. Your grammatical errors, your usage of the idiom in a proper sense, that is countable. The examiner will not get impressed by how much difficult sentence you have framed. There is no need. You will get the marks for writing better. Now I'm not talking about the good handwriting, I'm talking about the matter. The matter to be meaningful and good, then only you will get the marks. If you are framing a big sentence because you want to impress the examiner, it never happens. The examiner would not be in such a, like, the examiner would not have such time to go into the detail and getting impressed by you and giving you more marks. They will not. Because the marks will be depending on whether have you understood the meaning of the idiom and have you framed the sentence in a proper grammatical pattern. If you are using these two, then you will get the marks. So please keep it in mind, everyone, that you should use the easy words and easy sentences. Think of easy sentences, and while making the sentences, please think in English and then write down. Don't ever do this mistake of thinking in mother tongue and translating it into English. It never happens. It never works. You have to think in English for framing the sentence in English. There is a need. So understand this one and go for the simple ones. Don't go for the difficult and the complex sentences. I hope you have understood here. As I said, in your study material from page number 194 to many are there where you have all the idioms and many like sentences being made, blanks being given, much practice would be given to you. If you follow that, if you get into practice, and remember one thing, make a grammar notes, a notebook of grammar especially, where you can write down few of the idioms and try to write your own sentences. Don't just mug up the sentences from the study material, because what will happen if you don't get that same idiom, then you cannot frame the sentence. Try to frame your own sentences, whatever the idioms being given in the study material. As I said, now I have made few sentences. These are the sentences which 90% sentences are mine only. I have all these sentences. So do one thing, like take these same idioms, frame your own sentences, write it down in your grammar notes. Because whenever we meet, I will surely check out your grammar notes. Because whatever the hard work I'm doing here to help you, to satisfy you, then the outcome would definitely I would like to see. So everybody must prepare with their grammar notes, and whatever the practice you are doing, date wise mention it into and do the practice. Don't leave it as it is. Like as I said, today you have got the explanation for idioms and phrases. I have given you the blanks for the idioms. Now in the next class, I'll give you the blanks, few blanks and meanings of these phrases. So those you should do, you should write down your own sentences into the grammar book. You'll get a good practice. And immediately if you, after watching the video, if you immediately practice, it will be better for yourself. You will remember it for a long time, maybe for a lifetime. So I have a hope that you people can do this and follow my advice. So in the next class, we'll meet with the practice of phrases. By the time, take care.